Hey, good morning, good evening, good night, good whatever time zone you're from. It's been a while since I've posted anything Blue Protocol Star Resonance related, but that's because we're just waiting for the release of the game. I mean, in case you didn't know, the game's coming out on October 9th, just a week from now. So all we're doing right now is just twiddling our thumbs and anticipating the release of the game. In the meantime, though, we do have a new launch trailer. So I'll have a look and we'll see, if there's anything new, any new information to glean on. The launch trailer for the global version, by the way, since this game already came out on China. This is an actual animated trailer. And I don't mean like, this is not the in-game graphics. This is not the in-game engine. This is animated. All right, interesting. I think it's like the first time we've seen something like this, at least, as far as Star Resonance is concerned. I might be pausing the video here and there, just to analyze some things. But look at that, it's actually animated. I'm guessing they got some extra funding they needed throughout the beta tests. I wish it was that easy to fly around in the game. Flying in the game actually controls more like a paper airplane. I wish the mount can jump that far too. Yep. This is where you fight that Fire World boss. What is she riding on? New mount? Looked like the Mechabot, but I don't think it had a flying functionality. There goes Irona and some of the other key characters in the main story. Some of them are, not all of them. And the Void Engram stuff that happens. We know who that is. Cool. All right, that was a nice trailer to show off, just to give you a piece of what the game has to offer. Open world exploration, movement, nice looking characters, the anime aesthetic is looking really, really dope. Yeah, I wonder if this is indicative of the game getting more animated cutscenes in the future. Because for those who have not had access to the beta, the main story, the vast majority of the game is really just like visual novel style stuff. You may have some cutscenes here and there, but they're nothing like this. I'll tell you that. They are not animated like this. But if this is what the trailer animation is like, then I wonder if in the future, the story will actually improve, at least animation-wise. Is this a new mount? Tina's riding something. It could be just a recolor of the other mecha mount. Yeah, it's a recolor. All right. These things normally don't fly. Correct me if I'm wrong. I might be wrong. I've never seen these things fly in the game before. I've only been tossed around by the ground version. I also wonder if, clearly all these characters that show up in this trailer are just embodiments of every class in the game. There are 9 classes, maybe 8. There's like 8 classes total, and each character, is that class. We have Irona, who is the Verdant Oracle right over here. Tina is the Wind Knight, and then they have the Avengers Assemble right here, which is all 8 classes of the game. The Stormblades over here. That's Olvera. That's the Shield Knight. There goes the Beat Performer, Soul Musician. I don't even know. I've heard that they might be changing the name, so who knows what this is. It's the Guitarist class that I have been loving. There's a Frost Mage, the Marksman, Wind Knight, Verdant Oracle, and the Heavy Guardian. Yeah, half of these characters are actually showing up in the main story. So it makes me wonder if the other half are probably going to be main characters that show up later on in the future. I don't know, just something to think about. It doesn't really mean a whole lot, but I am curious. I am one of the rare few people who actually paid attention to the story, albeit the story is not incredibly engaging at the start. I do hope that it improves in later patches and later seasons of the game. And if it does, it is worth paying attention to. Small details like this. And without giving too much away, you know, this is obviously one of the antagonists that you'll be facing in the main game. You just have to wait and see if you care about the story at all. One thing I have noticed is that there is no VO in this trailer. I was hoping they were gonna include some VO to tell us whether or not they're going to include new English recording. I guess this is to be expected. Yeah, I'm not expecting any English voiceover, to be honest. Probably still going to remain with the default Chinese and Japanese recordings, which is fine. I am not all too perturbed by that, but there's going to be plenty of people who will wait for an English recording or English dub, because try as you might, not everyone can get into subs. There are plenty of people, like myself, who do prefer having English dubs. That won't deter me away from paying attention to the story. I will, still follow it. I just want to know, if anything's changed, if the localization is the same, or if it's improved, spelling, grammar, all that stuff. I'll be on the lookout for that. And who knows, we might still be getting English VO later down the line. Never say never. Yeah, I think ultimately they should add English VO because that will help the game grow. And not just English, Spanish, whatever, They need more VO. All right. Yeah, I mean, that's all I can glean from this trailer. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to playing. If you guys are curious and you want to see more before you try out the game, you can always pop on by the channel and watch me play and stream the game. I stream on both YouTube and Twitch. Same handle, Vanillabean117. I make other kinds of Blue Protocol videos as well. You'll probably find some guide content, but most of it is just really joke guides. I don't make any serious guides. I try to make a joke video whenever I am struck with inspiration or a cool idea. So if you're interested in that, maybe consider subscribing to the channel. I also play other anime games and RPGs. That is my passion. And if you don't mind doing me a solid, like the video, leave a comment below, and what do you guys think? Excited for the game? Still on the fence? Let me know your thoughts. Let's have a discussion. Check the description below the video. That's where all the relative social media links are. And I hope to see you guys on stream. Let's hang out. All right, take care of yourselves. Stay safe and be kind to each other, and I will catch you all later.